can hear me now? Okay, good. Major General Regner, Mrs. Regner, thanks for being here today. Other fellow commanders, we have a lot of former commanders of the 5th Marines here, and also former commanders of 3-5 here today. Other distinguished guests, family, friends, welcome to today's ceremony. I asked Jason if I could say a few words to try to put the last several years into perspective for the group that's assembled here today. So, first, I'd like to thank Jason's wife, Jane Conwell, for all the just a tremendous support to not only your family but to the whole 3-5 family. And I really extend that on to all of the family readiness team with 3-5 here that allowed this great battalion to focus on the mission, and just really appreciate everything that you all have done for the battalion. Next, I've had the pleasure to know Jason for about 10 years, and I've always been really impressed with his will and his tenacity and his professionalism. And I think over the last 2 years, it really showed that he just did a tremendous job here with this battalion. In the training up to it, had this battalion ready for everything, trained them to high standards and trained them hard and had them ready to go. As most of you know, this battalion deployed to Afghanistan and got the mission to clear Sangin. And Sangin, Afghanistan, was an area that the enemy had drifted into, especially once the Marines started putting pressure on the other parts of Helmand, and Sangin got progressively worse. And 3-5 had the task to clear Sangin. But through their will and their tenacity, they beat the enemy. They defeated them there. And they showed the enemy for what they really are, the enemy of the people of Afghanistan. And 3-5, the battle for Sangin stands among the great campaigns this battalion has fought, similar to when they went through the wheat at Belleau Wood, across the beach at Guadalcanal, over the seawall at Incheon, clearing Way City, clearing Fallujah, and Baghdad. And Jason, your tremendous professionalism and the Marines fighting at the point of attack, and your will to win is a long-standing tradition of this battalion. I thank you for what you've done here. Both for Jason and Jane and the whole rest of the family, I just wish you guys the best, fair winds and following seas as you head off to Newport to War College. Next, I'd like to welcome Chris and Jennifer to 3-5. Of course, you're no strangers to the regiment, having just completed 2 years here as the operations officer, and then having served in 1-5 as a lieutenant. Chris is also not a stranger to the division, having served in 1-4 as a company commander during the march up to Baghdad in 2003, and then again as the operations officer for 3-1 during the Battle of Al-Fajr. They bring a tremendous amount of command experience and a tremendous amount of combat experience to this battalion, and they will lead it well in the coming years. Thank you, and Semper Fidelis.